Today, McCall takes his discussion a step further. He is raising the question as to how deeply satisfying is the notion of the hand of God. It is personal on the one hand, or it may be impersonal, beautiful or ugly, kind and compassionate, brutal or sadistic. We begin then by saying with him that remember that while you are seeking, you are also being sought. You will not be lost. You will not miss the gate. You will be found. You will be led. You will enter in. Look for that. Expect it. Expect shells to break in their season. Expect boats to ride as the tide comes in. This is hope, to desire and to expect. To desire but not to expect is not hope, for though you may desire the moon, you hardly hope for it. To expect but not to desire is not hope, for who that expects his loved one to die could be said to hope for it. But to desire and to expect the desire's fulfillment, that is hope. And we are saved by hope. I remember some time ago looking up an old meaning of the word hope in connection with something that I was writing at the time. And to my amazement, I discovered that there is a definition of hope which says that hope is the inlet that connects the sea with the lagoon. It is the opening through which the lagoon has free and easy access to the sea. It is the opening through which the sea has free and easy access to the lagoon. This opening through which the ebb and flow of the rhythmic pattern of life is not only external to the individual, but it is a part of the internal character, structure, and meaning of experience. And this, in my judgment, is what McCall is talking about. And then he goes on in another quotation. If I cannot place a God behind the universe, I shall nevertheless wish not to leave an emptiness. You may recall in Brothers Karamazov that one of the figures, one of the characters in this novel speaks of the fact that since by men's definitions or theories or experiences there is no God anywhere which leaves the central seat governing the totality of the universe empty, this character says, since there is no God, I will have to be God myself. Now, McCall is thinking about that basic idea that's inherent in this suggestion when he says, if I cannot place a God behind this universe, I shall nevertheless wish not to leave an emptiness. That would not be honest, nor according to the intellect's necessities, nor in the temper of an age of science. And continuing, he says, all put fear is there. Behind this universe, our home, or at least our house. One says, nothing stands there. Another contradicts, says something is standing there, but the something is unconscious. A third will run to cover in what he calls the unknowable. Many refuse to look, having assumed that it doesn't matter. But it might. And if it matters, then what? And McCall goes on to discuss this. And at a time when in the period when this book was being written, that there were many rampant notions about how we may ascribe some conscious meaning to what seems to be the impersonal character of the universe. And I think each of us has had the experience of seeming to be alone and solitary and, in a sense, deserted, but not quite deserted. For if one feels deserted, then the idea is that at one time one was not deserted, and now, by contrast, one feels left out or alone. But this is not the mood that McCall is to which he's addressing himself. He is talking about a primary feeling. Not only that there is nothing there now, but that there never has been anything. Now, what does the human mind, what does the human spirit do with that mood in the midst of its tribulations and its suffering? Now, this is where he comes out. Even if I poured my protest to the silence that surrounds me, I heard that wandering voice again, and I said, it moves in circles. For all its moving, it arrives nowhere except to the place of its beginning, which is to cancel it out. Oh, that I knew where I might find him, that I might come even to his seat. I would know the words which he would answer me. This is Job speaking, and McCall is quoting him. Behold, I go forward, but he is not there, and backward, but I cannot perceive him. On the left hand where he doth work, but I cannot behold him. He hideth himself on the right hand, that I cannot see him. But he knoweth the way that I take. And then McCall says, no, wait, hold there, hold everything. Prove that, he says. Prove that he knoweth. With that, if that were true, if I were really profoundly convinced that it is true that he knoweth, then I might endure the rest. I could endure anything that life can do to me if I know that he knoweth. And on this note, he ends this part of his wrestling with the hand.